West Indies versus India, second cricket test, and on day 3, West Indies, after being forced to follow on, were 173 for the loss of 2 wickets, which means they still trail by 97 runs with 8 wickets in hand. Earlier, West Indies resumed their first inning at the overnight score of 140 for the loss of 4 wickets. They trailed by 378 runs, but were all out for 248 and were forced to follow on by India. Yes, looking at the West Indies first inning, overnight score of 140, with 6 wickets in hand, and were all out after scoring 248. Yes, that was the reason. Indian spinner Kuldeep Yadav, the left-arm unorthodox spinner, captured 5 wickets, while Ravindra Jadeja took 3 wickets. So spinners get 8 wickets, while 1 wicket for Mohammad Siraj and 1 wicket for Jasprit Bumrah. Overnight, they 140 for 4, and Roston Chase along with Devin Block were at the crease, but they lost their 5th wicket at 156 after adding another 16 runs. Sheho was the 5th man to go after scoring 36 of 57 balls. He stayed at the crease for 89 minutes and hit 5 fours with a strike rate of 63, and he was clean bowled by Kuldeep Yadav, the mystery spinner, the left arm unorthodox spinner, and he's a wicket taker and he's a match winner. The 6th wicket at 163 after 7 runs. West Indies lost this second overnight batsman, Devin Imlak, the wicketkeeper batsman, who scored only 21 of 67 balls. He also stayed for 73 minutes and hit 3 fours, but his strike rate was only 31, and he was also legged before by Kuldeep Yadav. He was in a very good rhythm and getting wickets at will. The 7th wicket at 174, only 11 runs were added, and West Indies lost their 7th wicket. Justin Greaves, the all-rounder, and he was also victim of Kuldeep Yadav, scoring 17 of 20 balls. Although he hit 3 fours, Kuldeep Yadav legged before. The 8th wicket fell at 175. Jumail Warrican was the 8th man to go, and he was clean bowled by Mohammad Siraj. He made just 1 run of 5 balls. The 9th wicket at 221 in the 73rd over, Khairi Fair was the 9th man to go, clean bowled by Jasprit Bumrah, and he made 23 of 46 balls, hitting 3 fours with a strike rate of 50. The 10th and final wicket, yes, Jayden Seals was the last man to go in the 82nd over, and Jayden Seals was also clean up by Kuldeep Yadav, leg before by Kuldeep Yadav, and he made 13 of 25 balls, hitting 3 fours with an economy of 52. West Indies batted for 81.5 overs, scored their runs at 3.03 and scored 248, and were forced to follow on. And looking at the India's bowling of first inning, Jasprit Bumrah, 14 overs, 4 maiden, 40 runs and 1 wicket with 2.85 is his economy. Then Mohammad Siraj, the 2 fast bowler, the second fast bowler, Mohammad Siraj, 9 overs, 2 maiden, 16 runs and 1 wicket with economy of 1.77. Then Ravindra Jadeja, 19 overs, 5 maiden, 46 runs and 3 wicket with economy of 2.42. And Kuldeep Yadav, the pick of Indian bowling, Kuldeep Yadav, 26.5 overs, 4 over maiden, 82 runs he conceded, and he captured 5 wickets. Another 5 wicket haul for Kuldeep Yadav with economy of 3.05. Then Washington Sundar, the right arm off spinner, also bowled 13 overs, 2 over maiden, and he conceded 41 runs with economy of 3.15. Now looking at the West Indian second inning after being forced to follow on, and West Indies made 173 for the loss of 2 wickets. At close of third day's play, they batted for 49 overs and scored their runs at 3.53 runs per over. They lost their first wicket for just 17 runs on the board in the 9th over, 17 runs on the board, and Tegnarayan Chanderpaul was the first man to go, scoring 10 of 30 balls, hitting just 1 4, caught by Shubman Gill after bowling of Mohammad Siraj. While the second wicket fell at 35, Alec Athanaze was the second man to go in the 15th over, and Alec Athanaze was clean bowled by Washington Sundar, and he made 7 of 17 balls, hitting 1-4. While John Campbell and Shea Hope were the two not-out batsmen. John Campbell was batting on 87 of 145 balls, hitting 9 fours and 2 sixes. And Shea Hope is unbeaten on 66 of 103 balls, hitting 8 fours and 2 sixes. And West Indies are 173 for 2. They still trail by 97 runs with 8 wickets in hand and 2 days of play still to be played. Looking at the India's bowling attack in the second inning, Mohammad Siraj, 6 overs, 2 maiden, 10 runs and 1 wicket with economy of 1.66. Ravindra Jadeja, 14 overs, 3 maiden, 52 runs and no wicket with economy of 3.71. Then Washington Sundar, 11 overs, 53 runs and no wicket with economy of 4.81 runs. And Jasprit Bumrah bowled 4 overs, 2 were maiden, and he conceded 9 runs without taking a wicket with economy of 2.25. And Yashasvi Jaiswal also bowled 1 over, and he gave away 3 runs without taking a wicket. Now, going back and looking at the partnership, how the inning progresses, how West Indies batsmen built up their inning, but it was disappointing that their batsmen couldn't put on a decent total on the board. They were bowled out for 248 in the first inning and were 173 for 2 in the second inning, and still trailed by 97 runs. Yes, they still trail by 97 runs. And now we are going to show you the stats, how the inning progress, how their batsmen put on runs on the board, how the partnership were built. But it was a very dim situation for West Indies. Partnership, Ravindra Jadeja bowled brilliantly. There you go. The Indian innings, they put on 518 runs on the board in the first inning. And the first wicket partnership 58 runs, while the second wicket partnership put on 193, the third wicket 74, the fourth wicket 91 runs, and the fifth wicket another 102 runs. On the other hand, looking at the West Indian inning, 66 runs were put on for the second wicket between Tignarayan Chandrapal and Alec Athanaze, 23 by Chandrapal and 38 by Athanaze, and 49, yes, 49 for the fifth wicket between Shea Hope and Imlaq. And Shea Hope made 24 and Imlaq 21. The rest of the batsmen could not put up a decent total. Yes, Khairi Perry and Alec Phillips also put on 46 runs for the ninth wicket, 23 by Perry and 19 by Phillips. But rest in the second inning also, in West Indies' second inning, the 138 runs partnership for the third wicket, the unbroken partnership between John Campbell and Hope, put on 138 of 208 balls, and that took their total to 173 for 2. But in that partnership, John Campbell contributed 69 of 105 and Hope 66 of 103. Now looking at the situation, looking at the summary of this test match, and West Indies, after being forced to follow on, as we all know that India scored 518 for 5 declared in the first inning, and in reply, West Indies made 248 in the first inning, were forced to follow on and scored 173 for the loss of 2 wickets at close of third day's play, which means West Indies still have 8 wickets in hand, but 2 days of game still to be played. Ample time for India to wrap up the series, to whitewash, to win the second test match. Now, wishing both the team best of luck. We come to the end of our show. Till the next program. It's good.